Alright, Knights of Apollo, what's up guys? It's Apollo here, and welcome back to another glorious battle in Total War Rome 2. Today, we're going to see the Hungry Wolves. If you guys followed any of the Total War Rome 2 Siege tournaments, you guys would know the Hungry Wolves, they finished in second place in the last tournament, so very cool stuff. But they are going to be defending today, and it looks like there's going to be a huge cav sally out. We've got camels mostly, so pretty cool camel cav sally out. Really excited about this, but let's go ahead and pause it really quick because I don't want to miss this at all, and we'll go ahead and check out some of these armies. All right, so starting with the Hungry Wolves, we have Saba. So I think we actually have two armies from Saba and then two armies from Macedon. And Macedon's going to be in a little bit of a civil war. And they're bringing a lot of cav. You'll see they've got cav just everywhere. So I think we're going to see a lot of cav sally outs in this one. But over on the attacking side, like I said, we have a Macedonian civil war. We have one Macedon army. And, you know, just to make it nice and confusing, they're going to attack Macedon. So that's going to be a bloodbath. Over here we have the Seleucids who are attacking the inner part of this defense, which is being defended by one of the Sabian armies. And then we have Kush, who's attacking the, I guess this would be, what, the top eastern side of the settlement if you're looking at the minimap. And then we have Carthage, who's bringing some elephants to the table, and they're going to be attacking the very north of the settlement. So those are your armies, those are your factions, and just this is an awesome settlement. I just want to point this out really quick. Look at the river in between the city basically, and you can go into these bridges and hold them as choke points. But I mean, look at all the different tiers here. I mean, it gives you a lot of, like, I wish there was more maps like this. It gives the defenders some interesting like defenses that they can do, and the inner defense here, it's gonna be really tough for these guys to attack. Also, look at this, more cav and chariots. Oh god, this is gonna be a huge sally out. So let's press normal speed here, get this one underway as we witness Saba is sending out their camels, and they're going excuse me, they're going straight for Kush. We got some spears, leopard warriors pushing up a siege tower alone. And they're gonna part like the Red Sea here. They're gonna divide up and go around and cause as much chaos as possible. My question is, what is Kush doing? Why does their army look so tiny? That's, some of them were they were covered with the fog of war. I was gonna say they're invisible, but they quite don't have that technology. We don't even have that technology really. But here comes a charge. Beautiful. Oh my god, nasty camel charge. And then here comes some extra camels riding in, trying to support that charge. Here comes another one, guys. Oh my god. A disgusting charge. Disgusting. We've got more cav moving around. Let's go ahead and do some slow motion again. Make sure we're not missing anything. Holy crap. It's like Rohan, but with camels. It's amazing. So they're charging out 4 units. These are skirmish cav, and here comes Macedon as well. This is just brutal, and this is basically, they can get away with this. And the first thing, if you're learning how to get better at these siege battles, do not get too far away from your ally or the defenders, especially if they're really good defenders. They're gonna get aggressive and they're gonna pick you off like a herd, like they're lions, you know. They're thinning out the herd, going for the ones who ran astray, essentially. And that's what's happening right now. Kush is getting picked on, and they need their allies to quickly send cav over, but they're not even moving. Carthage has not even, they haven't sent their noble cav. Even just one cav can support a ton, but they're not sending them in, and they're leaving them to die. Carthage is still pushing. I don't even think they've got some elephants over here, but they don't really have any cav. This is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. So let's go ahead and press play here and see what happens with the rest of this cav charge. Camel cataphracts, man, they are nasty. Oh, there we go. Some archer fire coming down. That's a good thing to use against cav forces. Sometimes, you know, if the defenders, you know, really commit to having a lot. Oh, nice little throw there. Ooh, good little toss there. But if the defenders commit to having a lot of cav and you don't, what you want to do is use your cav defensively and use your spears to protect your archers, and then use the archers to obviously shoot down at the cav. But do not let your archers be open like this, which you can see this Camel unit is chasing down the Kushite archers. And that's not a good sight. He's got to keep them intact, which it looks like he's doing the same thing over here. And of course, let's not forget, there's an entire camel force that is now flanked around the Kush army. Kush's army, he needs to consolidate his forces. He's spread out everywhere, and it's just giving so much opportunity for the Cam forces to run down these archers. Look at the Royal Camel archers, but of course, the great thing about mounted archers is that, well, yeah, you can use them from afar, but you can also charge them into melee. And look at, they're breaking this archer unit, so it's not looking good. And Macedon still has cav left over. Carthage still just holding back their cav, not sending any support, so not good teamwork right there. And Kush is just getting chewed up. They're just getting basically swallowed whole by an ocean of cav, and it's not looking good for Kush, and it's gonna be really rough for the defenders. All Kush can really do at this point now is try to kill as many of the cav as possible and try to do as much damage to the defending army that sallied out to help their teammates for when they push into the settlement. There we go. They are breaking some camels over there. Got a lone camel rider. He's still fighting though. What a champ. He's winded. He's routed. Oh, there he goes. And the med cheer. Oh, but there's a lot more where that came from, especially with Macedon. And Macedon is now peeling some of his cav. He's got some companion cav. They are going to peel away and, yep, sure enough, go for the archers of Carthage. And this is not good. This is not good at all. These are some of the best archers in the game. You're losing them to camel cataphracts. What are you doing, Carthage? Get your cav up there. There he goes. Finally, he's committing his cav. But if he commits his cav over here and to protect his archers, it's going to be an open opportunity to send more cav down. But it doesn't look like Macedon's going to be going for it. Again, the camel still just running around, doing so much damage against the Kushite archers. Let's go back this way. We've been a little bit distracted here. Let's do some slow motion, where we have the Seleucids now pushing into the city. The good thing for the Seleucids is that they don't have to deal with the cav. And they are actually making some great progress here against Saba. Now, Saba is not the strongest of factions, so the Seleucids are. Seleucids are one of the best, if not the best faction in the game. So they should be able to break down and defeat Saba here, as long as they don't get extra reinforcements. And he's got a pretty strong foothold here. Pretty strong foothold. Let's go over this way where it's Macedon versus Macedon. Had a little bit of a brain fart there. But yeah, Macedon versus Macedon. And it's no surprise. Very slow play here. Thorax Swordsman versus Thorax Swordsman. A lot of friendly fire. Just, I mean, not really. The AI knows, like, oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty good right there. That's going to do some damage. But yeah, artillery coming down, smacking this unit around. We also, Saba has its chariots out here. It looks like there was a cav charge that happened out here as well. So there is a lot of moving pieces in this. Here we go. Ooh, the chariots going right through the infantry. A lot of attacking parts in this siege here. The defenders being super aggressive. Very deadly stuff here, guys. Look at that. So yeah, they're gonna ride around and do as much damage as possible. If the attackers want any chance of winning this battle, I think Carthage just has to dominate here. And if Carthage can break through Saba, then they can quickly take the town center and go for a captured victory. I think that's their best bet of winning this siege. But yeah, we got a juicy fight here between Saba and the Seleucids. And I think the Seleucids, if they can hurry up and break through, they can certainly cause a lot of fear in the ranks of the defenders. Over here, Carthage is now pushed through. sending in the Libyan infantry. So they used the tortoises to knock down the walls, and now the infantry is pouring through. Now we got African pikemen. Over here we've got Libyan infantry. And ooh, they're getting hit hard by some jabbies. And where are they going? It's like they're attacking this building instead of the infantry. They're like, screw you, building. It's like, we're just here for that building. But yeah, we've got the Thorax Swordsmen of Macedon holding this street against the Libyan infantry. Quite the struggle and a very bloody battle so far. Now we've got the African pikemen forming up here. It's a little sloppy a little bit, but they're going to form up here, and these pikes are going to do wonders. Of course, the defenders are going to focus down the pikes with archer fire. I always like to use pikes at the very last moment of a siege. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to use pikes until I've exhausted a lot of the, defendings or attacking archers. So basically what I'm trying to say here is make your opponent waste their ammo and some of their good units, so when you eventually do push in the pikes to either defend or attack, they're not going to have anything to take them out. They're not going to have the tools to take them out. So that's why I like to push them in last. But Carthage, of course, we saw earlier, they are pushing in the pikes now. Now Kush, hey, I got to give props to Kush. I mean, I half expected his army to be defeated, but they're still intact. They're still good to go. And they just got to take care of some cav, and they still have a force. And look, guys, you should never give up. Never, even though he's lost probably more than half of his army, he's lost archers, he still has really good infantry, and they could easily cause some damage in this defense. So it's far from over, and that's probably why the defenders went after Kush over the other factions, is that because they have really good infantry. The Shotel warriors do a lot of armored piercing damage, so the fact that they're going after them is a sign that they're threatened by them, and Kush still can cause some damage to the defenders. Now back over this way, here we go. The Seleucids are pushing through, guys. They're pushing through. They got Royal Peltas, a very solid unit there. Silver Shield Swordsman, another solid unit. They have the General and a Silver Shield Swordsman unit leading this attack here. Again, I tend to like to use my generals until the last moment where they're needed. I don't like to throw them in the fight right away, but I do appreciate it in terms of immersiveness. The general is a warrior general, and he's in the front line with his men. Very cool. So they're doing heavy damage against Saba, and the capture point, I believe, is right here, correct? Question mark? It should be. Is this the victory point, or is it more in the center? Which it could. Let me tab here. Yeah, so I don't know. They're always changing where you gotta. I'm pretty sure up here is where you gotta capture, and we are seeing swordsmen being pushed back up to help defend the inner streets there of this settlement where the Seleucids are attacking. So now Macedon and Saba, they've collected a lot of their cav forces over this way, and they are constantly hitting Macedon. Macedon trying to get their pikemen to safety, but they're just, I think what they're doing is trying to charge the rear of these pikes. Let's see if they go for it. Yeah, this is all over the place, guys. This is a juicy siege battle here. There's a lot going on. I'm trying to cover it all, but that's just the nature of these battles. You can't absolutely catch all tactics and maneuvers here, but we will try to get as much as we can. But the pikes are basically backs to the wall trying to defend their troops, and Macedon is having a tough time here. Macedon is really struggling to defeat, well, Macedon. And I think the defending Macedon should easily hold on to this. Here we go, a bunch of troops coming up the ladder here. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's go back over here where, again, oof, not looking good for Carthage. They are struggling against Macedon. And I'm kind of surprised someone brought Macedon as the attackers. Now, Macedon's not a terrible attacking faction. They're certainly not, but I think there are a lot of other options out there that would have helped you in an assault rather than Macedon. Also, I just hate it when two teams pick the same faction, it just kills me. It's just like, ah, come on. Especially in Rome 2, where there's so many different factions. And you pick Macedon, like go as Athens, or go as Sparta, or, you know, like go as one of those factions. But here we go. So Kush has decided to, instead, this is actually really smart from Kush. Again, hats off to Kush. He's going to push and go to the rear of Saba. So like I said, guys, this is the best bet for the attackers to win this battle right here. And what the attackers over on this side need to be doing is slowing it down. Slow it down and still be a threat, because if you commit everybody into this fight, you know, and just you know, spend all of your units, you waste them all essentially really quickly, then what's going to happen is all the troops defending over here, they're going to be able to pull off reinforcements and go defend this. So if these forces, even if they lose, if these forces can keep distracting a lot of defenders and keeping them away from reinforcing the town center, that's going to buy more time for the Seleucids to break through and capture the town center. And look at, they're breaking Saba. Saba's on the run right now. They are on the run. Kush is right behind them. They're having to reform at the town center. This is huge, guys. The attackers can still take this one. They just gotta get moving. Like, they don't have time. They have to push. And sure enough, look at more and more reinforcements coming in. We got cataphracts, of course. So many cav units here. It's crazy. Got some archers over here. Let's see, we got a general unit over here. Artillery opening fire at Kush, who's now abandoning. Ooh, good hit right there. That's probably player controlled. But yeah, that was a solid hit right there. And Kush is desperately trying to get his men up on the walls. Go ahead and drop them off in the streets here and start attacking. They're giving up the capture point. That tells me that this is not the victory point. Which, okay, where would the victory point be? If that's not it, maybe right here? Is this a point? No. This is a point right here. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But unfortunately, I don't think that is the capture point. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. But or maybe they're just trying to do cycle charges. And it looks like that's what we're doing. Or that's what they're doing. So Saba is... they retreated the infantry to give space for the cav to charge in and cycle charge. I really like that. I like that. Using the unit to its fullest potential. Not just throwing in cav and just leaving them in melee. Very nice. Very nice charge right there. And Kush needs to hurry up and flank behind these guard here of Saba. The longer they wait, the more the Seleucids are dying and the more they're wasting time. Same thing over here. Did they not have more siege towers? Oh, they're attacking the gate over here. Yeah, I don't think Kush should do this. I think Kush should just focus all their power where they're attacking over there on that main wall. But yeah, kind of surprising. Here comes more artillery coming down. I think the artillery's trying to destroy this siege tower, which is not a bad idea because you get rid of this, then they can't pull in more reinforcements. They're going to have to walk all the way around and go through here, which would be a hassle. Okay, so we got archers in position. We've got cav protecting the archers. Macedon, some royal peltas. That's a very tough unit. Over here, we've got more infantry coming around. The gate is being fought over. Very nice from Kush. Still putting up a good fight, even though they took on the wrath of the camels. Macedon over here has been completely crushed. Just completely crushed. They still have their general, but yeah, that's all they got. So this entire Macedon force is going to be able to shift all of their units up this way and help defend this area that is under heavy attack. Carthage, okay, coming around with some noble cav. Though, unfortunately for them, and, well, there goes the elephants, but unfortunately for them, most of their infantry has been wiped. So yeah, they're taking on Saba over here. Got some mercenary noble fighters taking on the thorax swordsmen. But of course, the thorax swordsmen have the support of the arrow tower shooting these guys in the back. Wait, no, this is controlled by Carthage, so I don't know. Sometimes the arrow tower shoots your own guys. It's kind of frustrating. But yeah, no, they have the support of the arrow tower. And look at this, Saba, genius move right here. What he's going to do is flank around and get behind Carthage, or that's what I would do. You see that? How they can do that? Just go around like that. Boom. Hit Carthage. They're done. Uh-oh. They might be getting stuck on this tortoise, though. The tortoise is a little glitchy. The elephants are going after Macedon. So taking out some Macedonian forces. Now they're going back in. And again, Carthage, all he needs to do is just keep these guys distracted. See, why isn't he pulling through there? Pull through there, you could kill this unit or this unit, and or. So let's go back up here and see the progress of Kush, who has now finally gotten some troops set up here. They are trying to capture this position here, which they currently are. Why isn't the flag going up? They've got plenty of troops in. Oh, I see. Sabas has some infantry over here that's preventing them from capping, buying more time. I'm not sure why Carthage is not pushing through this gap right here and trying to get behind the infantry. But we got a huge push, general included, with the Seleucids. Pikes are hanging back in reserve. Now we've got Cav. Oh, gonna charge into the pikes. They didn't have their pikes down. Not sure why they got so aggressive there with their pikes, but that just obliterated their pike unit, and they've lost a lot of hope. Why are they not charging through the gap? I love me some gaps, and they're not going for it. They're not going for it. Another big charge there with the cataphract camels crushing the Syrian heavy archers. That's a huge loss right there for the Seleucids. They need to gather up their troops. Big brawl going on. Love that building in the background there. It looks really cool. Watching the these hoplites fight Greek units here. Very awesome. So yeah, that's a very tough. I mean, you got to give credit to Saba for holding back like 7 units there with 1. It's a spear unit. That's what they're made for. They hold. And I don't know why they're not. Finally, they're pushing some troops through, but it's sloppy. And oh my God, the camels are crushing, just crushing the archers. And that's what you need at this battle, guys. You need archers. And here comes the reinforcements. Macedon. They got some mercenary Thracian warriors. They're going to help out a ton. They do a lot of damage. So do the Seleucids have enough to take this capture point? And look, you can see all of the defenders just funneling back into this position. Kush is still fighting for this gate. For some reason, he really wants this gate. I don't think it's worth it. I think you should, you should consolidate all of your troops in one area and just fight there. But the balance of power definitely in favor of the defenders, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible for them to win. We got a general now holding. We got a nice mixed force here from the Seleucids, pike, swordsmen. Ooh, that looks awesome. Look at these brave men trying to fight through the defenders. It's like we're right in the front line fighting with these guys. All right, Seleucid's making a push over here with Kush. Causing men to break. Look at that. They could start to capture this now. They just got to clean off the units on the capture point. Start holding these choke points here. Uh-oh, cap charge, cap charge. Look at this. Oh my God. It's a small unit, but it doesn't matter. They pack a punch. All right, well done there from the Seleucids. Can they? Oh, there they go. They're capping, guys. The Seleucids are capping. Everyone needs to commit over here. They need to hold this position. They must cap it. This is their chance of winning this battle, guys. Seleucids right here. This is it. Do they have enough to hold? Do they have enough? Kush, and this is what I'm saying. If Kush didn't send these guys at the gate, if Kush had all their troops over here, they could help put more men to hold this capture point. And there we go, they captured it. And it's now a race against the clock for the defenders. Can they take this back? And I would just fall back all the troops, right? I would hold here, I would hold here. I would not push forward. And they have elephants. They could easily hold this for the correct amount of time. Oh, you can push through here. That's really awesome. Look at these guys pushing through this little plaza here. That's cool. Love the palm trees. It looks awesome. But yeah, they're full on pushing. Look at that. Wait a second. Is this the capture point? How do you even know? It's like it doesn't tell you. And like capture points are no longer in obvious positions. I have a feeling that's not the capture point. I have a feeling that's not the capture point. I think it's actually this right here. They all look the same. You would think the capture point would be right here. You know, this is like the epic last stand area, but Total War decided to remove those epic last stand areas, like, or not remove them, but remove the capture points from them. And now Macedon with a huge force is just slaughtering what's left of Kush. There's 2 minutes left in this battle replay. And now here comes the elephants. They're gonna try to do some damage. This is a really good target. Really good target. Big blob of troops. Here we go. Hopefully they use trample there. The pikes. Oh my goodness. Very cool. Very cool cab charge from the elephants, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. I don't know, this is close. I think Kush is out, except for these 3 units. Kush needs to stay close with the Seleucids. They are surrounding a Macedonian unit over here, so that's a good, you know, using smaller units to wrap around and encircle a bigger unit. Pretty good tactic right there. I think Macedon, well, I was gonna say Macedon should break here, but they're actually causing these thorax swordsmen to break. Kush has taken this wall. Maybe they're gonna use the wall as a bit of a choke point to try to survive here. Elephant still riding around. The hell is that? Little flame there. Oh, the elephants are getting focused down with fire arrows. And I think that's all she wrote, guys. The Seleucids and Kush are breaking. And that is going to be it for this defense. Well, it wasn't exactly close, but it was exciting with the really aggressive Cav sally out, focusing down Kush. You can see the aftermath of that right here. Look at that. So many men died before they even reached the streets of this settlement. And because of that, I think that is a big reason why the attackers lost. I think they should have been more together. And I like the Seleucid approach here of attacking this area. if the capture point was right here. The reason it's not good to attack this, again, unless this is the capture point, is because the Seleucids, they could break through, but then they have to push through 2 tiny choke points which the defenders can fall back to. So I think it would have been better to probably, if I was playing, attack here and here. Maybe you could have another force attack here. But that's what I would go for. The reason I would attack mostly on this side is because you wouldn't have to cross a bridge to get to the town center. So that would have been a little better for the attackers. And always stay together, guys, just in case one of your teammates gets picked on. You can easily move Cav over there to support them. So that's going to wrap it up, guys, for this battle. Let's go and look at the results here. So we'll end the battle replay. So we've got the Hungry Wolves doing an excellent job. Joe getting 2,700 kills. He was one of the Macedonian armies. Had a lot of Thracian warriors. His thorax swordsman just kicked ass there. Whew. Really good job. Really good job from Joe. Armored, bringing a lot of the camels. But who's the one? Dan. Dan bringing all the camels. And you know, honestly, not that great of kills. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say that. They were all pretty much near 100. This one 37, this one 76, but all pretty solid there from Dan, and just so aggressive. So that was really cool. And then we got the defenders who did the best, of course. Justin, the Seleucids, really killing up Saba. Unfortunately, Macedon only getting 544 kills, just not enough to win this one. But a good game to all the players here. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and I will see you guys next time on the battlefield.